going on, guys? This is Kenna. I got Anthony here. We're gonna be giving him a mid-drop skim fade, and I'm gonna do something creative on the side. I'm in kind of freestyle. I don't really know exactly what I want to do, but let's get into it. All right, so first off here, you can see he had a, like a taper, almost like a burst fade. I'm gonna kind of cut that out and drop it down here. I want to get rid of his edge up line that's here. I'm gonna be using my Babyliss Pro, my trimmers, and my OP comb. So I put my harsh line in there and I'm just going through and cleaning it up. I think it's really important to make sure that you really clean up the bottom line where you'd put your trimmer line. Don't save that for later. When you do a step, go through and fully do the step. Make sure all of your guides are super clean. This way you stay super efficient and you end up with sharp results. He has growth and bulk right here. I want to make sure that I keep that because I like how it goes along with his silhouette and his shape from the side. Now that I did my trimmer all the way around the shape of the head, I'm gonna go through with my low pros. I like to first off start with doing my open lever all the way open and creating that guideline. Getting that trimmer line out is gonna be the most important because that's what shows you your fade being blurry. Instead of having that harsh line, that's where an eye is first and foremost drawn to. So I really like to make sure that I ensure enough room for me to blend out my trimmer. All right, here on his left side, I like to get into this area. I want to keep the weight in the darkness here because I don't want it to turn into a high fade, but I like to establish my foundation of what I'm going to be cutting. I'm using my 3-guard here, open, just making sure this is all nice and uniform. Keeping the angle, pulling the teeth off towards the top. I do want to do something creative over here, kind of on this left side, something simple towards the front. I'm not sure what I want to do, but I'm kind of envisioning like some type of like a half circle. I did my 3 up here around this area. Now I'm going to go in with my 2, open. Really preserving this back part because I really like the shape that that creates. Now I have my 2 closed. I'm going right underneath. But he has very dense hair and it's pretty straight, so I'm making sure that I go every which way to ensure that the lengths are all very consistent. Now I'm going through with my 1.5, going down my system. I know this isn't gonna really cut much off, but sometimes you don't need to cut a ton. Like I kind of keep repeating, going over, somebody that has had their hair cut recently, you're just making sure that everything is nice and consistent. Now I'm going down to my 1, I did my 1 open. So I'm making sure, because I'm preserving this length right here, that I'm staying on the back of this and I'm just kind of riding that out to stay nice and straight. All right, now that I'm finishing up with my 1, I'm gonna skip down to my half guard. My 0 guard, open. And his hair is super nice because, like I said, he's got high density and it's very dark. So that means I'm gonna use a lot, when I take off my half guard, I'm gonna do a lot of corner blending and that's gonna be very detailed work. And that's what's gonna take this fade from being blended to being pretty blurry. These fade brushes by OP are awesome. The fine bristles help get all of those little hairs that are kind of hiding on the scalp. No guard open. And I'm really starting to attack that trimmer line that I had put in previously. I'm gonna get rid of that, that's my goal. And then from there, I'm gonna go through and just detail. Now you're gonna see me swap around between my open guard and my close based on the small areas that I'm trying to hit. Like I said, this part is getting into a lot of the detail work and it's just gonna take the fade to the next level. Fade down? I do a little bit of both. So I put my trimmer line in and then I did the 3. But after I did the trimmer line, I do my open guard and I leave myself about this much room. Because I always say when you're doing like a blurry fade, if you see that trimmer line, your eye's automatically going there. It doesn't matter how blurry all of the rest of it is. So I want to make sure that I leave myself enough room to get rid of that line. So that always ensures that I know where I'm fading. I almost kind of like sandwich it. So I'll fade down and up and down. It just takes it a little bit closer and it's really gonna help mesh and blend into my skin line. When I'm doing this, every single thing that I'm doing is very intentional. I know exactly where I'm going with it and why. My foil shaver, really eliminate the ear. I see sometimes people make the mistake and they go really high into the fade that they made, and then it makes you kind of back step and have to retrace your steps in order to get that line out. So I'm staying decently low here while still getting that same effect and the contrast that I want in the bottom of this fade. The top of these Series 9 bronze, I like that the head rocks on it, but I'm gonna hold it so it stays in place there. I'm kind of like picturing something that comes almost like a tail and like almost like the Uve, but like it's distorted to the side a little.
All right, guys, I want to let y'all know, if you do not know about Pi Accounting, make sure you go to piaccounting.com and go on there. You'll be able to get financial services, and they're literally a financial advisor and accounting firm for barbers. So they will literally help you with everything you need. They will turn you into an S Corp, because you can either be a LLC, S Corp, whatever you want, but S Corp is the way to go. They help you, they give you the details on how to do that. It saves you on taxes, it helps you financially, they give you financial goals that you want to reach, they help you get there, they plan you, they give you a plan, they meet with you every quarter, like every 3 months of the year. You're gonna be talking with a couple of them.
Don't tell them everything, bro. Listen, go to piaccounting.com, schedule a consultation call, and one of our accountants definitely gonna talk to you, let you know all the amazing things that Pi Accounting has for you. You know, we're helping barbers make this a real career, a real profession, benefits, buy your first crib, all that, man.
I was able to buy my second property, but my first property in Florida. So
yeah, we're barbers, we're not CPAs, as you can tell the way we fumbling all over this. But go check out piaccounting.com.
Let's go.
So here I'm just kind of doing like a rough draft line, and I'm going through very thin. And then with designs, the best thing that's gonna make it super sharp and clean is remembering that this line here actually has two sides to it. So you have one line here, and then I'm gonna flip my trimmer and I'm gonna hit this bottom line. Using just those first couple of teeth, and I'm dragging. So I'm really going through and I'm cleaning up that top line, going little by little. All right, now I'm gonna go through over here and I'm gonna clean up that bottom line. All right, now I got my 1.5 here. I'm gonna get down some of this bulk that we got. Still important that I keep it dark. So I'm just gonna make sure that that's really consistent and blended in towards the back of our aircraft. And right here, my goal is to blend this line out, but I want to keep the density here. Now I'm going to jump back into cleaning up the fade and getting that trimmer line out. Swapping around between my no guard open and just really hitting that lever. Corner blending in here. Having a good day?
Yeah, getting ready to head out here pretty soon.
Are you?
Yeah.
Doing lots of detail work here.
Yep, hell yeah. It's been good. I gotta take him home and I'm gonna be back to see this competition.
So right here, I'm just gonna go through and following the same angle. Very minimal, but just making sure that all of our angles are connecting. Now we're gonna get into our no drip with our beam team. This one I have the Onyx Black. So I'm using my clutch card, got our compressor, and I have Onyx Black's no drip in here. A little bit of detail work here. Doing some finishing touches before I throw some texture powder in the top, spike it up, and get them some volume. Next, we're gonna go in with the 245 Pure Powder. So the powder is gonna give us lots of lift. Because his hair is short, it gets closer to the root. And when you apply powder closer to the root, it's gonna give you lift and direction. And if you apply it just to the ends, it's gonna kind of give you a little bit more of the definition. So I wanted that direction. So we got our styling plate here, making sure that gets all throughout. And I have our OP comb.